Okay, so we'll start with a quick Morraine scene. Alright, it is late afternoon on May 29th. It's a Monday, 2017. Morraine, what would you be doing right now about 4 p.m.? Would you just be in bed?
Am I still, disabled?
Yeah. Yeah, you're living at your father's farm. You are missing 3 limbs. In game terms, yes, you do have depression, so...
I would have probably 4 p.m. I'd roll out to the porch.
Okay.
The front porch,
okay.
And just be sitting out there.
You have a wheelchair?
Yes.
Okay. Is it when you roll with your hand?
Yeah.
You just go in a circle.
No. You can roll both sides with one arm. It's just more difficult. You just have to go back and forth.
Maybe at that point we've saved up and have a little electric one.
Yeah, you can have an electric one.
Nice.
That's fine.
I would have liked you have been like, no.
Yeah, you're out on the front porch. It's a hot day. What are you thinking?
I am not thinking a whole lot. I see the neighbor... maybe the neighbor kids are running through the field.
Mm-hmm.
And I... just think in my head, they don't even understand how.
Well, you're on a farm. You're not really close to other people.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Well,
It's just really quiet.
I mean, I probably would just be not thinking about anything other than just I'm sad.
Okay.
This, not just how when you're depressed, it's you can't really fully feel. That's how I'm imagining.
Okay. So yeah, you're doing that. Yeah, you haven't seen your dad, Oliver, or that one guy who helps around Dickie in a little bit. And you hear some shouting coming from in the back where the hole is. You hear arguing going around out there.
I try to roll my way over there.
Okay. You roll your way over there. As a reminder, Adam, you were the dad. Mm-hmm. Tim, you were Oliver. And then Toby, you are Dickie.
Yeah.
So you putter around the back.
Yeah. What are you guys arguing
Dust
about?
stirring up. Well, as you're coming around, you hear a massive fight going on between all of them, which you guys can do right now on the tail end of that fight.
You just see Oliver shaking his hand vigorously. Ah, fuck! Damn, I didn't think you hurt that much.
Maybe a little before that.
Yeah, maybe a little before that.
I thought I just showed up at that point.
He's warming it up.
No,
he's warming.
No, hear the actual fight and what's being said a little bit.
Dickie, if you didn't even have a job, if we didn't have the hole to begin with, you wouldn't even have a job.
You're barely doing any business before I got here. I'm bringing all the clients in. You guys are doing nothing.
Now hold on.
You take 20%. Be happy with it.
That
won't work.
Come on.
20%'s more than nothing. You know what?
But without the hole as a whole, Dickie wouldn't even have a job here.
You guys wouldn't even know how to run this operation without me. You wouldn't even know where to get the business. I'm bringing in all these people. They're all my friends.
Morraine was doing it just fine before you showed up, Dickie.
Look at her now.
Don't you dare!
As she's puttering around.
You think you can do it still? Think she can do it?
Don't you dare! She's a
Dickie?
good lady.
Hey, Morraine, what's up?
Why do you think you're entitled to 80% of my father's hole?
Well, I figure I'm doing 100% of the work. This is late. I got it. Figure if I'm doing 100% of the work, I ought to at least get 80%. I get it. It's your property, whatever. But
What makes you think my father needs you, Dickie? You think he can't go out there and find people to put stuff into his own hole?
I'm doing all the legwork, Morraine. Okay, all the heavy lifting. You guys are doing nothing. You're just sitting back, making money. 20%'s more than enough for you.
No hole.
No.
You don't get.
Yeah, so there's a hole right here.
You don't get the hole if you want 80% of it.
We'll build a wall, Dickie.
I'll throw it in the hole. Wait. What?
Maybe like be a little bit more mean.
Throw you in the hole. No. Look, I don't give a shit what you think. How old is he?
He's like 20, early 20s.
Okay. So he's not a kid.
No.
Like I don't even know why you're here. I don't know what the fuck you're doing. You just get out of here. I'm dealing with him, okay?
Dickie, if there was no hole, you'd have no money.
I have a lot of money. You can't walk. This is between me and your father and I.
Get the fuck off this property.
What are you gonna do?
Get the fuck up. Shut up, Dad. Get the fuck off this
Kick her
property.
wheelchair
Towards the hole.
Hey, you get your hands off her right now.
What?
Yeah, he does reach over and kick your wheel.
I'm getting you more than fair offer here.
I just want
20%
to
for
calm
no
down.
work.
He just kicked my chair, Dad.
I just walk around the corner
I-
and pick up a board. from the
Evidently,
porch.
that doesn't
That's fine.
upset me.
I walk over and I begin swinging. Wow!
It does upset you, but right now, and currently, you're pretty weak. Yeah, so you pick up a board and swing it at him.
Yep. Break it on his shoulder.
Yep, it hits the side of your shoulder. This guy just hit you with the board.
Do it. I don't go down or anything.
You kind of stumble, yeah.
What the? Why the?
Stumble down to your knee, or whatever, yeah.
You want the hole so much? You want the hole so much? And I poke you and try to push you closer to the hole.
How hurt am I? Can I get up and fight him?
Yeah, you can get up and fight him.
Okay. Fuck you! How dare you hit me? And I fight him. I don't know.
We start the scuffle.
Yeah, you guys start scuffling in the dirt.
Do I roll
Dickie,
for anything, or we just
No.
Okay.
can I roll inside and call the police?
You can, putter around
You
inside.
Not
Everybody
even
just
using
calm
cell phones.
down.
Oh yeah, I have a cell phone.
You have stuff on.
I'm
There's enough of my hole for everyone.
I'm gonna call the police and tell them that they need to come remove Dickie.
Yeah, you hear her calling the police.
I take her phone.
Morraine, you start to talk to the police. Hello, officer. Hold on. He tries to take the phone from you. Make a dex roll.
With disadvantage. With one hand, no feet.
That's why she's having to roll for it.
Yeah, I failed. That's an 83.
Yeah, he yanks the phone out of your hand.
I scream. I was like, and
However, Oliver then comes over and keeps fighting with him in the dirt. Dickie, you hear that someone is on the phone. The police were being talked to. So, are you going to run or are you going to stay?
I just say, hey, sorry, it's a misunderstanding. Hang up and throw the phone in the hole.
you're being very aggressive.
And that's why I'm kicking the shit out of him.
Yeah, and you guys are beating the shit out of each other. Few minutes
Please,
behind.
no.
Yeah. Toby, your character would run away.
Okay, I would run away.
Yeah. Oliver got the upper hand on you in the fight. Got a bloody eye, bloody face.
I did.
Yeah, you did. You run off, get to your truck. Do you say any last words as you're running off?
I'll be back, and I expect my cut. I guess I'm collecting all the money. I don't know. Yeah.
And you get in the truck and drive away.
I pull out my other wheelchair phone.
I hand you my phone.
And I call the police and report the assault against me.
You do that.
I wish you all wouldn't have been so argumentative. I know he's being a real jerk, but
Dad, why are you letting him walk all over you? Does he have something on you?
he's a big help to the farm, to the whole.
How's he a big help? He just dumps stuff into it and you get some of the money.
Yeah, sometimes
Do you need the money that bad?
we all need the money.
Okay, bye.
Oh, I'll get an online job. Those are all the rage coming up soon. I just need a laptop.
Here in a couple of years,
Bitcoin.
I'm gonna get ready to work remotely. It's not gonna be a good deal for a while.
I feel like Pitzerelli should be sending us money. And also, like, I have probably, like, I was in the FBI, like, I have long-term disability that's helping bring money in.
You got some money for your personal care.
And I'm on disability.
You're still on a huge farmland that, as I said last time, like no crops have been planted for a while. He's just let the farm go to ruins, just focusing solely on feeding the hole.
Why are you so obsessed with the hole, Dad?
It just...
Do you feel connected to it? Is there something about it?
Of course I feel connected to it.
How do you feel connected to it?
I've never, outside of you, never found something special in my life. This hole was my chance to not just work the land until I die.
Then why are you letting Dickie walk all over you? Then work the hole yourself.
I'm tired, honey.
And we'll stop there with you guys, just by the side of the hole, saying that. Okay. So, I'll do a quick recap of the main storyline of this scenario. Okay. So, last time. This is God's Eye, Part 2. That's what this scenario is called.
It's a good name.
Is it?
Part 2.
Oh, that's the other thing. Really got to remember not to speak softly like this, because it can't be really heard on the audio thing. So
I went too far. I'm sorry. It's very much.
I know it feels normal. It feels natural to do it.
Yeah.
Especially a character moment.
It just for some reason the right frequency or something, it just can't be heard.
Also, I just naturally, when I'm trying to be like
to role
kind, well, even
Or
just kind or
play a
calm to
woman.
someone,
Yeah.
because my voice is so loud, I really bring it down. So I'll be better about it. I'll use my stage voice.
Yeah. It's just the mic, you know.
Do
limitations.
do an ASMR and get real close.
Hey there.
You gotta get closer. You can't do it from way over there.
Yeah, you have to
That's
have
not
your lips on the mic.
Lips on the mic.
Don't do that.
Hey there. How's everybody doing?
This will be for me later.
I'm taking my socks off. All right, we're good.
All right.
He lied. His socks are still on.
Put my feet
That was a base sock.
in a casserole.
He took it off and now it's back on.
You said it's back on
Do you wanna
before
try
it
that?
was.
Do I want to try what, Morraine?
Putting your feet in casserole.
No, that's the thing,
A
though.
tuna noodle
He doesn't want to try it.
with the
He
cornflakes on
has
top.
tried it. Cornflakes on top of his feet or on top of the casserole?
On top of the
Casserole.
casserole.
Eventually both.
It crunches first and then squishes.
And then you
You
can.
get both.
Why do we
And-
know about this?
Toby,
Morgan
we've
keeps
joked
talking.
about this before.
I've never heard about this.
Morgan's getting really specific.
Yeah, it was a very.
How do you know what the different layers of
That's the
casserole
best
feel like
kind
on
of
your
casserole. Like the one with
feet? What
like
do you mean?
like tuna
For feet
noodle
content.
Tuna noodle is the best casserole.
or chicken and cheese with potatoes with cornflakes on top. But you have to have the Ooshi gooshi in the middle and then the cornflakes on top.
Well, hash brown casserole with mushrooms in it.
Ew, I just don't want mushrooms in it.
Okay.
I do like hash brown casserole though.
99% of the times Morgan has eaten mushrooms, she's been like, "Oh, those are good," and then just every time she sees them, she's like, "I don't like mushrooms."
I don't usually.
Did you come today, Toby?
Not yet.
Hopefully tonight.
There's still time.
Yeah.
I mean,
Reyes
The
it's
day's
like
not over.
it's like Duolingo.
I was sliding in right at like 11:50.
That would be a hilarious like Gooner app. Like, hey, you haven't
Gotta
snapped
come.
one off today.
15 minutes left.
We can freeze your streak for today. Tomorrow.
Do you still do it?
No.
It started.
Do you still
Gooning?
Gooning, yeah. Now, the Duolingo, it started doing this thing where it'll put a countdown on a notification, and I don't even know how it does it.
Huh.
It'll start counting down. It's like, you have an hour and 37 minutes left. And that bird just looks at you.
I didn't
and-
play for so long that it made my bird ancient. like old.
It's like a Neopet. They're like,
never
he's
get to see
starving. Yeah.
And then it sent me a message being like, you might as well delete the app. I'm disappointed in you. Like, literally said it was disappointed in me. And I was like, and honestly, I never felt more motivated to get back to do what I'm doing.
The shame works.
Okay, so recapping this episode, Morgan, what's your new character called?
Oh,
I have it. It's
the
Robin Reyes.
Robin Reyes.
RR.
Oh, hold on. I got the lights.
Oh,
I got it.
Robin Reyes is...
And she's the hero of the team. She's coming in hot
She
and
might
ready.
be killed soon.
Why?
I mean, any of us.
I've been super helpful.
I think you guys
Not by
all
the team.
thought she was very naive and...
yeah. She's definitely up to something, not telling us the whole truth.
What? That's not true.
What?
Whoa.
Camel, can you believe
Knows
this
way
shit?
too much about us, but for how much
I
we
actually
know about
don't
her.
know like much about you guys.
But anyway, you guys were called to Reno, Nevada by Anthony Pitzerelli about two recent Reno events, the killing of Howard Pena and the vanishing of Nora Bridget. The morning of May 22nd, a groundskeeper at Greater Nevada Field, a minor league baseball park, found the body of janitor Howard Pena in the outfield. The janitor had been hacked to death in the early morning, well before dawn. His wallet and keys were not taken. Reno police are already investigating Pena's death, but have turned up nothing. What drew Delta Green's attention was the ritualistic nature of the killing. Many of the countless smears and splashes of gore were made deliberately, drawn like letters or symbols, perhaps sigils, before Pena was decapitated. And there is also a recent video by a software engineer named Nora Bridget. Bridget is one of the people the program keeps under active watch due to her access to sensitive materials. Bridget's computer automatically uploaded a video to YouTube using a script that Bridget had set up, and the program's teams caught it before it went public. The video was taken from a dashboard camera in Bridget's 2014 Honda Civic. It begins while Bridget drives and speaks to the recorder. She parks the car in a suburban neighborhood across from a small house. She says, "I'm in Sparks. It should be at this address. Across the street, I'm at 1281 Galt Way. It should be happening now, I think. Maybe soon. The math isn't precise yet, if it's anything at all. I feel like I'm on the edge of figuring this out, or maybe like I'm going crazy. Anyway, I'm going to check it out." She gets out of the car, leaving the camera on to document her actions. She's perhaps 30 or younger with a mop of red hair. In the street, she looks back as if to check the camera is still working. She looks at her watch, then she pauses, standing still, lost in thought. Her head turns slightly back towards the camera, and then she's gone. One frame she's there, and the next she's not. Bridget's work involves national security. Right now, the program has kept this event secret. No one knows that she's gone at this point. There were also two other recent killings in Reno. The morning of May 25th, hikers found the hacked and burned corpse of Geraldo Calderon, a retired Mexican journalist, near the Circle of Stones monument in a park and disc golf course. He had been tortured and murdered the night before. On May 27th, robbers wearing ski masks and carrying shotguns struck the Western Village Inn and Casino. They took the money from the cash cage, abducted cashier Dora Sandoval, and drove a short distance before pushing her out and hacking her to death in the parking lot. Pitzerelli tasked you with determining the cause of Nora Bridget's disappearance. Find and save her if you can. If not, keep anyone else from suffering the same fate. Second, you must determine whether Bridget's vanishing is related to her work at a company called Persistent Vigil Imaging Solutions. Persistent Vigil plays a key role in projects that are important to Delta Green, as well as the Pentagon. He gave you an encrypted satellite phone, and he had already arranged an appointment with Persistent Vigil, where you'd be meeting with Clyde Mock, the founder and president. Persistent Vigil provides wide area surveillance to Reno police, low profile but not exactly secret. They run Air Force drones that launch from Nellis Air Force Base. Its offices are at the Reno Tahoe Airport. And they have 5 employees, including Nora Bridget. Those employees were Clyde Mock, founder and president, U.S. Air Force colonel retired, age 60. Rusty Lodell, Vice President, U.S. Air Force Major, retired, age 49. Nora Bridget, MIT Programmer, Mathematics, age 26. Kim Boyer, Programmer, MIT Mathematics, age 27. And Thomas Eves, Pilot, age 41. Pitzerelli warns you that the persistent vigil's work is sensitive. You must investigate it, but you need to use a light touch. Personnel at the highest reaches of the Pentagon have an interest in the work of persistent vigil and its parent company, Sierra Nevada Corporation. He gave you false identification to pose as compliance inspectors from the Department of Homeland Security. You guys waited for a bit. Thomas Thompson went and retrieved a gun from a Amazon package that he mailed to himself. Morgan's new character went off by herself and got bit by a cat,
I did.
an Egyptian Mao.
No?
Then you guys took the vehicle and drove to Persistent Vigil. You were also provided with firearms by Pitzerelli.
What did he give us again? The pistols?
Yeah, pistols. Start with you guys arriving at Persistent Vigil, and standing out front is what looks to be the founder and president, wearing khakis and a blue polo shirt with the company's logo, Clyde Mock. So, you get out of your car.
And we're posing as compliance consultants, so I'm going to leave my
Compliance
guns.
inspectors.
Yeah.
Compliance inspectors. I'm going to leave my guns in the car.
You can have guns as part of your cover.
Oh, okay. Never
I
mind.
will
keep
have mine then.
pistol.
If it's allowed. I'd always like my gun.
And we're
Agreed.
having to remember we're supposed to be a bit sensitive, right? Like we're trying not to like.
Yeah, we're not supposed to let them know that Bridget is missing.
No. They don't know she's missing.
Correct. That's why we don't want to mention it.
Well, Pitzerelli left it up to you to mention it if you want, whenever you want.
Ah.
He didn't say don't mention it.
Fair.
It's up to you when and who you reveal it to. But they'll probably find out soon.
Yeah.
Because it was yesterday she disappeared.
Yeah.
And it's 5 people,
Five people.
that work there, and it's a really, really important intelligence operation they're doing here. So, but yeah, you guys get out of the car. Clyde Mock walks over to you. Who would be kind of first leaving?
So we're investigating like her disappearance by pretending to be compliance inspectors,
Mhm.
but we're here just pretending to just be checking on things, not necessarily because she's missing.
You can say whatever you want.
Yeah.
You just your two objectives were to find out what happened to her, save her if you can't, and then
Find out if the murders are related.
find her, save her if possible. If not, make sure no one else can get hurt, and then secondly, see if her disappearance is related to this company that she works for, the Persistent Vigil.
Yeah, so it's probably why we don't want to let them know right away in case they
Right.
were involved. Okay.
We just want to see what she's been working on, gather that knowledge, and then go from there, essentially.
Yeah, I'll approach Clyde.
Yeah. He sticks his hand out. Clyde Mock, good to meet you.
Oh, what is our secret identities?
I don't think
We don't have one.
They-
Say whatever you want.
come up with a
I
name.
thought you gave us like.
That he gave you IDs, but they can say whatever you want.
Oh, okay. So first, let me familiarize myself with my fake name. I'm gonna be Ramona.
Okay.
Ramona. I was about to be Ramona Reyes. Ramona Hayes.
Okay. You're Ramona Hayes.
Ramona. It's lovely to meet you.
You just say your first name?
Yeah.
Okay.
What, did he use both of his names?
Yeah.
Oh, Ramona Hayes. These are my fellow compliance
Associates.
and inspectors.
Oh, good to meet you. Good to meet y'all. Clyde Mock.
Nice to meet you.
Jason Grimble.
Jason Grimble.
Give me a second while I type that into my system.
Jason Grimble.
David
Alright.
Smith.
Jason Grimble. David Smith.
Jason Grimble
And
enters
you,
my mind.
and you?
I'm Luke Graves.
Alright, Luke Graves.
No.
Good to meet y'all. Yeah, so
I'm sure we'll be in and out of your hair in no time. You know how it is. They like to send people out just to look at things, just pushing people around. You know how it is.
oh, it's totally fine. I'm proud to show off what we're doing here to people who know what they're talking about. I assume you all are pretty connected with drones and technology and all that sorts of things.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah, me too. I'm deeply involved in the programming aspect of this.
That's great. I'm more of a feet on the ground kind of guy. But
Well, I'm that
love
too.
to see
I do that too.
I do it all.
You seem to be a man of many talents.
I would say so.
They're lucky to have you.
I would say so.
The military is good about finding those
Well, this is my company, so.
perfect. Well, sounds like the right man is in charge.
I agree. I'll take you in and introduce you to the troops, and we'll go from there.
Pull out my
Absolutely.
little notebook, flip it open, start writing, just
Mhm.
generally. Good start. All right, let's get moving.
Yeah. He takes you into the building. It's a pretty boring-looking office. Very dreary. It's not really meant for people who don't work here to come in. There's no... everything is just...
There's no plants
Everything
around.
is just functional, and that's it.
Yeah.
There's expansive server rooms, kept well air conditioned. There's different setup of screens showing different camera angles and high footage resolution. It's kind of like Batman and The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Batman.
And he takes you around and he introduces you. This is my vice president, Rusty Lodell. Rusty is wearing a trucker hat and smoking a cigarette, and he has tinted sunglasses on inside.
Rusty, good to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you.
My name's Ramona.
Good to meet you. Rusty Lodell.
David.
Rusty Lodell.
Jason Grimble.
Rusty Lodell.
How long have you been here, Rusty?
Good night, John Boy.
Well, since we started, Mock's lawyer, right-hand man, Proctor. I've been with him ever since he was martyred by the Air Force in the name of weak politics. And Mock's we don't need to get into that. I'm sure you guys don't care to hear about any of that stuff.
As big of a opponent of those kinds of politics as I am, we can go ahead and skip past it. I can understand that would be embarrassing.
Well, and Lodell says, come to me if you have any questions. He goes, sits back at his desk. Mock takes you over. This is Thomas Eves. He is our African-American employee.
Good. Check.
What?
Check.
Oh, yeah, the checkbox? Yep. Diversity.
So you do have one.
But that's 20% of our company, so
You basically started a DEI committee.
I don't know what that term means in 2017.
Not yet.
No one has told me I should hate that yet.
He was Air Force captain. He flies the Cessna. It's equipped with the same hardware as Predator drones. When Nels can't send over one of the drones, Eves shakes your hands like, good to meet y'all.
What was his name?
Thomas Eves.
Look forward to talking to you more soon, Thomas.
Yeah, if you guys want to ride shotgun in the Cessna anytime.
Is the Cessna the only plane you guys have here?
Yes. And then finally, we have Kim Boyer over here. You see a mousy, skittish, nervous-looking lady. She's like, hi, I'm Kim. Nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you, Kim.
She's a programmer. With me and her and Nora, we kind of dig deep into the underlying code of this thing. This is all about intelligence.
So you're a
You're
programmer
also a
as well?
programmer.
Well, I can provide the overall big scope.
What's the primary language that their software is coded in?
Oh, it's like computer stuff.
Yeah.
Some people program in C++.
Oh, you
We
mentioned-
program in A++.
You mentioned Nora. Is she here?
Yeah. She may have stepped away from her desk for a second. Kim, have you seen Nora? It's like, no, she actually didn't come in today. And he's like, oh, okay. Hey, Rusty? And Rusty pokes his head out. Yeah. Could you try to see where Nora is? Try to give her a call and figure out where she's at? Like, yep, we'll do. Sorry about that.
Oh,
No worries. I'm sure we can meet her later.
Well, I'm going to go to my office. If you wanted to talk with me, you can. Or if you want to talk with any of the people out here, I'll stay out of your hair. I don't mean to cause you any offense. And you can ignore what Rusty was saying about my past with the Air Force and what happened there.
Will do, sir.
Yeah, I think we'll take a tour, maybe split up and talk to a few of you individually as part of our inspection. Try not to think of us as, too much of a bother. We'll be in
We're
and out.
just here. We're observing.
Flies on the wall.
Absolutely, absolutely. And hopefully you're gone soon.
And we have, again, we have to ask full clearance to move about the building as we please.
Of course, it's a small building. There's not a lot here. The drones themselves aren't stored here.
Where are they stored?
They're at Nellis Air Force Base, but we can control them from here, but they mostly control themselves. There's a sort of artificial intelligence going on with these.
Good.
High
See,
class.
well, I don't know if you're familiar with this. I'll just give a quick overview. But our program began, this type of program began in war zones. You need to know who planted a roadside bomb, zoom in on footage of the blast, backtrack the footage until you find the figure who dropped off the bag, then fast forward and follow the suspect home. Software watches for identifiable image elements and assigns them codes for easy reference. An early innovation programmed software to justify and stabilize each frame of footage as it came in, match each pixel to an actual point on the surface of the Earth, identify elements that have not changed, and only show elements that are different. This makes the amount of data transfer manageable and allows the whole system to be more responsive. It's constantly improving capability to recognize behavior patterns and months' worth of real-time data already stored. Persistent Vigil can predict any Reno resident's daily movements with an immediate accuracy of 78%. And,
So, just to be clear, you have clearance to do that for the people of Reno, tracking them.
well, there's nothing illegal about it.
There's
No personal identifiable information. You're saying it's tracking patterns up to a
Of
month.
movement. You can observe people in public. That's perfectly fine. Companies around the U.S. are pitching surveillance systems to civilian government agencies, FBI, state troopers, local police, you name it. We can catch the bad guys before they have time to crack a beer. It's also tremendously useful for identifying political protesters and everyone they know, thanks to social media, even more detail than any terrorist tracked overseas. The Border Patrol even has its own surveillance predators already watching the border. Other companies, their
This is
surveillance...
not a good guy.
This is all real.
Yeah, this is, yeah.
Other companies' surveillance projects in Minneapolis and Baltimore met with glowing enthusiasm by the police and sharp blowback from civilians and privacy advocates. Nothing, like I said, nothing in the programs is illegal. There's no law in the U.S. to prevent the government from filming people in public spaces or in their backyards and identifying them with facial recognition software.
Wait,
There's no law
Nothing illegal.
specifically.
There's no law
and-
that specifically says that.
And God willing, there won't be. But city governments grew wary and kowtowed to the liberal agenda. They constantly need reassurances and incentives. But our work is going to be much more valuable for any type of law enforcement than manual drones, than just watching footage. Pretty soon our neural network algorithms will tell you the future before it happens.
well, you said only 75%. That's just predictive
We're
measurement.
it's starting. But right now we're working with Reno PD. I told them give us access to a full Metro Police Department network and we can work miracles. We work with Lieutenant Adam Wilstater, head of the traffic division.
Was it William?
Adam Wilstater. Now nobody knows that we're doing this, unless we want them to know about it. By the time Reno and I are ready to go public with it, for System Visual will have delivered Reno PD with such good stats nobody will be able to say no. And all that protest nonsense out of Baltimore and Minneapolis will have died down anyway.
And you'll have all their faces.
Yeah. You'll love it. I mean, zoom in anywhere in Reno and you can reverse as far as you like.
Yep. This is very valuable to the Pentagon, I'm sure, which is obviously why we're here to inspect your work so far.
Absolutely, and there's no issues.
Thanks, Lucius.
Your government will thank you at the end, I'm sure.
Oh, well, they better after what they put me through.
But again, don't worry about
Don't
that.
look into that.
Don't look into that, though.
Well, I'll be at my desk. Talk to whoever you like. We're open book here to the inspectors. And just so I make sure, I do have all your names right.
Mm-hmm.
Don't I? Let's see here.
Don't I?
Ramon Hayes, Jason Grimble, Luke Graves. Okay. I just want to make sure I have that right. Thank you.
What did you say my last name was?
Luke Graves.
Okay.
Everybody write down
correct,
everybody's name.
Yep.
Because
I do.
And he goes back into his office and shuts the door.
Toby.
Toby is Luke Graves.
Luke Graves. Yes, I don't have a writing implement somehow.
Adam, you are...
Jason Grimble. Morgan is Ramona Hayes. And Tim is David Smith.
Well, gang, I think we should split up.
Oh, yeah?
Hey, there's 4 employees here. I say we go talk to them individually and have a small interview.
I'd like to have a word with that Rusty Lowdell. He seems like an interesting fella.
I want to talk
He
to
does
Kim
indeed.
Boyer.
Very good. I'll talk with Thomas. If you want to talk with Clyde.
Sure.
You're going to go back and talk to him again?
Or you can talk to
Or you
Kim
can
Boyer
poke
with me.
Distract him.
Or you can just poke around.
Yeah, just walk around maybe.
Yeah.
Look at it.
You
at
can
the
look at
office.
Nora's desk and
Well,
stuff.
Toby, you joined the military you weren't actually in the military, but you were accompanying them on different things.
I mean, you were in
So
Desert Storm, yeah.
That's true.
You could probably try to find out what happened to this guy's previous time in the military and see what happened to him.
I mean, if you have a friend who's anywhere close to legal, they could look that up in 10 seconds.
Okay.
Make a bureaucracy roll, Toby. We'll start with you.
Normal pass. Just barely.
Okay. Yeah, you talk to a contact you have, ask him to give you some information, pass it along. It's not really hidden behind anything. They can look it up pretty quickly. So, part of an Army Air Force joint project, Mock worked in the mid-2000s aerial surveillance system called Constant Hawk for the U.S. Army. His specialty was software, the algorithms, the nascent platforms needed for accurate target acquisition. He fully embraced the DARPA development principle, stating that 80% finish was good enough, getting new technology far enough along to deploy and then putting it in the field for testing and finishing. He shaved corners further than that. He was named in WikiLeaks in connection to blue-on-blue drone strikes, but by then he had already retired. Details were scant and he never faced charges. Mock's ruthless focus on deploying solutions swiftly backfired. Algorithms that only mostly worked caused more than one blue-on-blue bombardment. When leaks revealed too much, Mock retired to keep things quiet, and it worked. Those cones were not a factor when the Pentagon shut Constant Hawk down a year later to consolidate the parallel Army and Marine surveillance programs, Constant Hawk and Angel Fire, into a larger DARPA Combat Zones that Sea program called Gorgon Stare. Mock was already in the private sector by then, ready to get back to the same work as before, with even less oversight.
Lovely.
Love it. Love everything about that.
And I wonder how much of this is true. Just
Probably all of it.
things.
100, yeah, it is. Yeah, it's, government contracting is the biggest shit show in the world.
And Adam, you want to talk to Rusty Lodell?
Oh, Rusty.
Yeah, you go over to Rusty. He's like, yeah, Nora, this is Rusty Lodell here. I just wanted to check on you, see where you're at. All right. He's like, what can I do for you? Cigarette? And he gives you a cigarette.
Maybe for later. And I take it and I put it in my
He takes
pocket.
another cigarette and lights it.
Are we inside?
Yeah.
2017.
2017, yeah.
It was a different time back then.
I guess it is Reno.
Yeah, you're right. It's about the same there.
It's like 1985 there.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to bring it up in front of him, but what happened to your friend in the Air Force?
He was martyred.
Martyred, huh?
Yep.
How so?
The liberal snowflakes. The George W. Bush administration.
They didn't go far enough with the Patriot Act.
They tried to say that he didn't know what he was doing, and there was too many issues, but issues just come with the game. As long as the results are there, who cares?
What sort of results have you been seeing?
Well, I've been working with him since then in the day. I took an early retirement to help him set up this company.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I don't go for government inspectors, usually.
Well,
I can just say that what we're doing here is righteousness. We're tracking down the bad guys, terrorists, drug runners, gangsters, protesters, thugs, looters, all of them.
sir, I 100% agree with you. That's why I became a government inspector. I want to keep these people out of your hair. Show me the ropes. I'll walk around. I'll check some boxes.
Well, I'm just the lawyer here. I'm not sure how much of this works. Nora Bridget is the genius here. He's a rock solid pilot. Kim Boyer, though, she's just a weirdo.
Since you've gotten here, you being the lawyer of the whole setup, has anyone ever reached out to you about any issues as far as legality or?
How does that fall under inspection detail?
Just one of the boxes we need to check, see if other agencies are involved.
No. We keep it pretty secret for now.
So nobody's reached out to you.
No, we just had to work it out with the city. That one traffic cop.
That you worked it out with the traffic cop, or?
Yes, he is our liaison with the city.
And what was his name?
Adam something.
Oh, that one.
Will Carter.
If you don't mind, I gotta try to figure out where Nora is. So you'll excuse me. And he stands up and puts on his coat.
Totally fine.
And he leaves.
Step away.
He leaves. Morgan, you wanted to talk to Kim Boyer?
Yeah.
You go over to Kim, skittish, nervous. Her desk faces the big screens and stuff.
I make direct eye contact.
Hi.
Hello. I'm Ramona. You were Kim, correct?
Yeah, I'm Kim. Nice to meet you.
So tell me what you do here.
I'm a programmer, and I went to MIT with Nora, and we became pretty close, and I joined her here.
So she got you the job here.
Yeah, it's like a startup, so like much of our pay is in stock options.
Oh. Did
Yeah.
Clyde set you up with that?
Yeah. I and Bridget and I, we work with the algorithms, and then Monk and Rusty, they know camera software, but yeah, they couldn't run it without Nora or I. Nora or me.
So you're an integral part of the team.
Yeah. And Bridget's usually here, and she's a lot better with people, so maybe you should talk to her.
Well, she's not here, unfortunately, Kim.
Well, she probably will be here later or tomorrow.
Well, unfortunately, I know this is an uncomfortable situation for you, and I am empathetic. But I'd really like it if we could chat.
Oh, okay. Well, what do you want to talk about? I could show you the computer.
I would love that.
The system. Do you know computers?
I'll be honest, I'm a bit of a dunce when it comes to computers, and I actually do know computer stuff pretty well.
Yeah, you have 20% or higher in computers.
Yeah, I have more.
Okay. I can start showing you the different computer algorithms, and you recognize savant level skill and efficiency in the code. The AI identifies, signifies, and tags visual elements and assigns a confidence level for each identification for review. Everything is cross-referenced in a huge database. It's not perfect yet, but it's definitely on the way. And she says that there's swaths of time in which data is corrupted. Times when neither a drone or Eves are flying. Instances where the pictures were not right, where there are gaps in data, and the system assigns a long line of error codes categorized as Series 2 for the current iteration of the program, for things like flocks of birds or fog obscuring the view.
So, did you write most of this?
No. A lot of it was written before I came here, but we kind of were updating it as we go and stuff, so...
So Nora you started this.
Nora and I both started basically at the same time, so we aren't the original people to deal with this, but we have been here for a few years now. But I'd say the majority of it now is ours.
And who's the original?
I don't know. It's been done before me. But, and she gets kind of closer to you. Nora and I were kind of doing something the last few days.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we assembled playthroughs of violent crimes of the last few days, hooked them into Reno case files and Nevada driver data, and fed it into the algorithms for analysis. There's a troubling thing, though. 3 crazy images that the system delivered during footage from those crimes. Glitches come up from time to time, that's expected, but these were extraordinarily elaborate. Stranger, the system tags them with Series 1 error codes, which is a legacy of iterations from ages ago, 5, maybe even 10 years ago. I didn't know what they were for, and Nora handled all 3 by herself.
What were they?
I don't know. Nora handled them, I think, and she leans in real close to you. I think she took them on a hard drive.
So you didn't get to see the images then?
No. But don't tell anyone I said that, okay?
Okay, I won't tell anyone.
Okay.
Listen, Kim.
Yeah.
So you guys were doing all of this. What was the plan? What the information you got?
I don't know. Nora just seemed to think it was important. She's been real lonely. You know, her therapist, she suggested she get a dog, and so she got a cute little dog, and it's at home, in her apartment, and I hope she's just sick. I don't know where she's at.
So it's unlike her to not make it to work.
No, it's not like her at all.
Well, you guys are friends. Could you maybe give her a
Oh,
call?
I have the key to the apartment, yeah.
Well, if you'd like, I'd be happy to go over to check with you.
I'm going to be stuck here for a while longer, but...
Would you like me to go check on her for you?
Why would you do that?
You seem concerned. You're her friend.
And
I have some questions about the programming. Don't worry, I'll keep what you told me to myself, but...
Okay, you promise?
I promise.
Okay. And she takes out a little key. Just, when you see her, just tell her I'm worried about her, okay?
I will.
Okay. And give her dog a pet. It's really cute.
I love dogs. And I kind of walk away and give her a wink, like a friendly, like, look at us, like we're co-conspirators almost. and go to find one of them.
Oh wait, before you go, she was looking at those 3 Series 1 glitches.
Right.
Well, another one came in yesterday
Oh.
that she hasn't reviewed yet, and I haven't really bothered with it. But I can pull it up if you wanted to take a look at it.
Yeah, I think let's go ahead and do that.
Okay. Yeah, you can't leave with any of the footage or data.
Okay.
So we'll just have to take a look at it together. Drone footage. It shows what looks like a vehicle. You recognize this as the same vehicle that Nora had, but it's far high enough up that you can't see what the license plate says or tell for sure. That if you didn't already think it was going to be her car, you wouldn't really think about that. Kim turns it on, and you can see footage of Nora's car driving to 1281 Galt. Kim's like, looks like it's images of someone's car. Okay. Looks like a woman's getting out of the car. She begins to cross the street, and she looks back. What? And she looks really confused as she sees the same footage that was in the YouTube video. And she sees Nora just disappear. And at that moment, the drone's view from this event is interrupted by a single frame view of a bizarre landscape seen from far overhead. A desert whose topography does not match that of Reno at all. A straight black line runs across the northeast. The lighting is strangely soft, as if coming from 2 directions. And she's like, what on earth? And she starts zooming into different things, revealing cracked and craggy terrain, unidentifiable trees of weird proportions that grow from outcroppings. The line to the northeast is the thin shadow of a single immense structure at least 4 miles long, clearly not a natural formation. You can see there's something there, a small pattern of stones carefully placed at the center of the image. It requires zooming in further, and she, with you watching, zooms in further and further. And you can see the pattern is countless rocks gathered together to form a message in 3 words. Help, Rancho, Manor. A corpse lies nearby with red blood spread in every direction. Zooming in, at the greatest extent of the drone's cameras and the software, it reveals that the corpse is that of Nora Bridget. Make a sandy roll.
I'm okay.
I lose 1. If one accepts the image as something real, assembling the message must have taken hours or days. Yet the timestamp shows the photo was taken only half a second after the last photo of Bridget in the street. Boyer just stares at this wide-eyed and just gasps a little.
I look at Kim. Kim, this has to be faulty camera equipment. There has to be a glitch.
And then, like, after the split-second frame of it, it's like just the regular area again.
This clearly is. Maybe someone found out about the software, is trying to.
Why? That was Nora.
Maybe it wasn't.
That was Nora. Oh my god. I should tell Rusty. I should tell Clyde.
Maybe we should go check her apartment.
Okay.
Right? Maybe we should just go check her apartment.
Yeah. Maybe I should go with you guys.
We could. Could you take a lunch and you could come with me?
Well, right now it's like 2:30 p.m.
Okay.
I can't really leave, but holy shit, that was Nora.
Maybe try to be.
What was that?
Maybe try to be calm.
And she's just hyperventilating.
Is she like carrying like a laptop? No. I'm going to put my hand over her hand. Breathe in with me. Breathe out. We really don't know anything yet.
Make a psycho. Is that the right thing? Psychotherapy.
I fail.
Yeah, it doesn't work. I'm gonna take a break. Okay, I'm gonna take a break, and she walks off and goes to the restroom.
That's fair.
Tim.
While she's in the restroom, can I say that I'm gonna try to get a copy of that on a thumb drive?
No, she definitely locked it before
Okay.
she stepped away.
Well,
Yeah. Kim was the one to talk to.
Tim, you go over and talk to Thomas Eves.
Yep, in the meantime.
Oh, hey, how you doing?
Hey, Thomas. I just got a few questions, gotta work through some stuff. How do you find your work here so far?
Well, it's fine, I just monitor the drone's performance and how they're doing physically, hardware-wise, and drive the Cessna when I need to, so.
Okay, yeah, that's great. How do you feel about Clyde's overall mission for the company here?
It seems fine to me.
Yeah, you don't see any issues with the work that you guys are doing?
No, someone has to do it.
Okay, yeah. As far as it gets down on the technology side, I'm not too familiar. Do you mind running me through the kind of hardware and drones that you're using?
It's a typical drone hardware. We've actually had some issues recently, a couple flights.
Oh, yeah?
A few flights.
Could you tell me a little bit more about those issues?
No, they required repairs consistent with wild fluctuations in temperature, radiation, and pressure on May 21st, 24th, and 27th.
24th, 27th.
Yep, 21st, 24th, 27th, and this never happened before May 21st. So, I expect someone at Nellis has been cutting corners on maintenance. Nellis, of course, denies it. Nellis says we've been flying the drones in ways that are not consistent with their flight plans or their contract. We deny that. It's not true. But,
Flying in restricted zones or anything you are? Or
I don't know.
Or do the drones ever go offline for any amount of time?
Well, sometimes the drones come down, but we usually always have some drones in the air.
So, you have multiple drones then circling the city 24/7?
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I know that you're working with the Reno PD. Has any progress been made with this 24/7 surveillance? Any criminals caught, or any murders or car chases? Anything cool?
That's not really my line. We mainly focus on traffic-related issues, and they're trying to work on the violent crimes. And,
Okay, so mostly focused on traffic violations,
yeah.
speeding cars,
Yep.
that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I heard Clyde talking about how, you guys have months of data, tracking data. Does all of that come back here, and that's viewable for the company to process, look through?
To look through, but mostly the software is handling the looking through on its own.
Okay, so you guys aren't going individually to watch any,
No.
traffic intersections or anything.
No.
Software does that.
Yeah.
But say the Reno PD needs to, I don't know, they captured a criminal and they need to back up some footage on the car he stole that night. Could you pull up camera footage from that night, drone footage,
Oh, sure, absolutely.
and back up to where it was and stolen and everything?
We should, yeah.
Very cool, very cool. I'm sure they'll be very, very happy to hear that. So with the special drone that you fly,
Yeah, I fly a Cessna, a plane.
Cessna plane.
It has the same type of equipment on it to monitor.
Okay, and taking that out recently on any flights, any issues with it?
No issues. Yeah. Well, I mean, if you want, maybe tomorrow, you can come on. We can go out in the morning and I'll take you around in the cockpit.
Yeah, no, that's actually fantastic. Tomorrow would work great.
Okay.
As part of the full inspection, we will have to take a look over some of the drones and technology that you guys are using.
Well, the drones are at Nellis Air Force Base, so you'll have to go over there to talk to them, but
Yep.
the Cessna's here, so.
Oh, fantastic. Here at the airport.
Yeah. Yeah. And at this point, you see Kim rushing by, kind of hyperventilating as she goes to the bathroom.
Fairly normal for Kim.
Not really, no.
Must be having a rough day.
Yeah. Yeah.
I am anxiously following her.
Okay. You see then Reyes come behind her. And what do you do?
First of all, my name is Ramona Hayes.
Well, that's your fake name.
I just walk past, look at him like give you eyes, and
Sure.
then just walk towards the bathroom.
Okay. You go to the bathroom with her?
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you want to say to him?
Most of my questions were for Kim anyway.
You could go after Kim if you want.
No, she's already going after that. Draw too much attention in my mind. Well, I mean, I've never driven a drone or anything like that, but maybe as part of the inspection tomorrow, you can show me how it's done.
Sure, no problem. No problem. And Toby, after you finished, talking with your friend and he got that information for you, what do you do?
I was gonna try and go by Nora's desk,
Okay.
or station, or whatever, and
Yeah.
just if I was to kind of poke around a little bit, is anyone able to see me, or?
If they were looking for you, they.
Well, I mean, they're not. They wouldn't be
Are
looking
you
for me.
crouching?
Yeah, I go into crouch walk.
All right. Well, her desk is like. She doesn't have like a full desk really. It's like a picture of the monitors from the Dark Knight and stuff, and then there's like there's like a few rows of desktop computers in front of it.
I'm imagining she still has like some stuff at her desk though, little pens, maybe.
Yeah, I mean she has pens and stuff, but nothing else really.
So I guess want to go check that out, see if I'm sure her terminal's locked, but just on the off chance that it's not.
No, it is locked, and she doesn't really have anything at her desk.
Okay. Nothing else. I mean, can I roll search, or is there any point? Just
No,
nothing.
No,
Okay.
there's nothing.
Okay. Then I'll probably just kind of walk around the office and see what else I can find.
Okay. Do you want to meet back up with anyone else, or?
At this point in time, are they still talking with people, or are they done?
Adam is done. Tim is done, I think.
Okay.
So, any of them? You can
Okay, yeah, I can meet up with them then. Meet up with Adam.
Yeah.
Relate information that has happened.
Yeah. Seems like this guy made a run, or has been in this business for a while, even before he separated from the military, and then just kind of retired as a way of quieting some controversy that he was already facing at the time.
And Tim, you can meet up with him as well.
Yeah.
Interesting.
We need what she knows.
I know.
though,
I know.
When
to have a conversation about it.
I think I'm gonna just have Kim come to the apartment.
checked out Nora's desk, there wasn't really anything to note there.
Yeah. The drone pilot had mentioned some issues with a couple of the drones taking intense temperature variation damages and radiation leakage over the past couple of weeks, or the past week, on the 21st, 24th, and 27th. Some anomalies apparently. Their drones were going out of restricted flight zone paths as well. They didn't seem to know why.
Did he say how out of tolerance it was? Could it be an environmental factor, or?
From what he described, it sounded too bizarre to be Reno temperatures or
I see.
anything like that. Weather patterns or solar flares or anything like that. It's just too much.
Alright, we'll go back to Morgan. You go into the bathroom with her.
I do.
She's like hyperventilating over a toilet like she's gonna throw up or something.
Kim.
Yeah.
And I go and sit with her, and I put my arm around her.
Uh-huh.
Kim,
Yep.
let's just go to her apartment and check on her.
I don't. I should tell them though. I saw her dead.
But what if she's just in her apartment? Right?
Okay.
You wouldn't want to start a whole thing.
All right. Yeah, I can go with you guys. I'll be seeing what you see.
Yeah, we'll go. And, just in case...
I did already give you the key, but yeah, I'll go with you.
Well, how about this? How about I go and check on her, and then I call you? Okay?
Okay, that'd be better. I can't really leave with Nora gone. Dead, maybe?
But we don't know.
You think... It looked like she was dead.
I don't know Nora, right? Very
Does she
well.
do this a lot?
Has she died before?
But listen, Kim. You said there have been some strange, weird things with these videos, right?
Yeah.
So it's best to just go check and see if she's okay, which I can do for you. We're friends, I think now.
We're friends.
Yeah, we're friends.
Okay, thank you.
Of course. I'll be back soon.
Okay.
Maybe keep this just to yourself until we know for sure.
Make a persuade roll on that.
That's a hard.
Nice. Okay, I will.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
We'll figure this out, Ken. And then I walk out.
All right. You come back out to see the three of them standing there talking.
We are gonna take a field trip, guys.
Okay.
You're in
Is
charge
that
again.
so?
Where to?
To Nora Bridget's apartment.
You got a reason? I mean, I know we were checking up on her,
Let's
but...
talk about it in the car.
Sure.
Right. You get it.
Okay.
You guys head out.
Yeah, on the way out, talk to Clyde, Divkin, just like, great first day, things are looking good. We'll be back tomorrow to review some of the equipment.
Oh, okay.
And if Nora is able to come in later, I might just stop in and chat
Okay.
with her.
All right. Yeah, we can definitely work that out.
Great. Thank you, Clyde. What a hero. And then I'm going to walk out.
And you guys walk back. You guys get in the car. You're all in the car.
Yeah. Once we're in the
It's
car
like 4 p.m.
and the door shut, I just saw a video where Nora Bridget, is it Bridget? Bridger?
Bridget.
Bridget disappeared, like we saw on YouTube, but it was caught on one of the drones. And then when Kim and I zoomed in, we saw stones laid out that said, "Help Rancho Manor," with her dead corpse next to it. The video appeared to be merely a second after she suddenly disappeared.
All right.
And then it went right back to the street. And the street she turned onto was 1281 Galway. But Kim believes her friend is dead and is absolutely freaking out. So it may have to come up that Nora is missing. But I told her we'd go to her apartment to check and see if Nora's okay. And for now, she'll keep it to herself until she hears from me.
Should we?
What did you guys find out?
Hold on, there's more to this, right? You're saying the drone just... What? She was there at the car? We didn't see in the video on YouTube that she died and that there were rocks.
Nora had been looking into some things and bringing home files that she shouldn't have been. After doing so, this happened. I don't know if it's connected, but maybe it is.
So
This was also flagged as a Series 1, which is what they were... She was collecting things like this.
Anomalies,
And
witches.
yeah, and I'm not sure. I've not seen those. I don't know what they look like, and neither has Kim.
Gotcha. Now, the pilot, Thomas Eves, was mentioning how some of the drones were coming back damaged. High temperature fluctuations, radiation.
The picture of where she died looked to be a desert. Could probably be hot.
That would correlate then. So you're saying for a split second this drone just disappeared to another place
That's what it appeared
and
to
came back.
do. That's what it appeared to do.
Shit.
And in the video, it looked like Nora just disappeared, so that does make sense. But also in the YouTube video, we just saw her disappear. We didn't see it go to the other area.
Maybe it was a specific place and time, a rift or something opened up.
But it also said help Rancho Manor. So it makes me wonder if others have been there before.
I Google
Rancho Manor.
Rancho Manor.
While I start driving towards Nora's apartment.
Rancho Manor.
Rancho Manor, Reno,
Oh, Reno?
Reno, Nevada.
Nevada. There's a Rancho Manor Drive.
Road.
Yep. It's a residential road.
Pull it up on Google Maps and see how close it is.
It's in Reno.
Okay, yeah. Help Rancho Manor. Well, this looks like a street name at least, so maybe she had found out the next location of where this disappearing act happens.
Maybe she was trying to warn someone.
Maybe.
But she died so quickly.
Maybe she was hoping that would be the next rift to open and someone to get her out.
But she's dead.
Yep.
Maybe.
She's dead.
I guess we don't know. It could be a trick of the light.
I would not bet on her being alive.
No, I wouldn't either. I say we go to her apartment like we're doing now, see if we can learn anything else, and then check out this road. Maybe try to dissuade people from using it for a little bit.
Great, let's go.
And if we can, Thomas had mentioned specific dates that the drones came back damaged, and I think, and I pull up the death reports for the 3 people that died. The first one happened on May 21st, lining up with the first drone damage. I'm guessing the other 2 line up as well.
Yep. May 21st, the Pena murder.
Well, it looks like someone found something out. That's good.
I mean, I thought I found something out.
May 21st, Pena murder. May 24th, Calderon murder at the Washoe Stone Circle. May 27th, the Sandoval murder at the Western Village Inn and Casino.
And from what he was saying, it sounded like we could, well, we'd have to maybe manhandle the PD or something, but there's possibility we could get footage of those murders from the drones.
But would we have to physically get to the drones?
No.
No, it's all stored on their database.
I wonder if this is the files that Nora took.
Could be, if there was anomalies on those same days.
Right.
Hopefully she did, for our sake. It'll make our lives a little bit easier.
Good work,
Where are you going now?
David Smith. I'm going to Nora's apartment.
David.
Okay. You are going to her apartment?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to assume you go back in there real quick and ask Kim where her apartment is.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I would have asked before leaving.
Okay. You go and ask her real quick.
Yeah.
And then you head off to her apartment. Do you want to call anyone on the way there, or set up any other appointments
I'll
with
call
anybody?
Pitzerelli. Let him know what we found out so far.
Okay. You give him a report. That's fine.
Specifically calling out, like, by the way, they have data that could show that she's dead and that their drone teleported to, like, an alien planet.
Oh, okay.
Could be bad.
Right.
Right, yeah.
One of the workers here saw it. The others haven't yet.
What was that worker's name?
Kim Boyer.
Okay. Make sure that no one else sees it.
I understand, Pitts, that this is company needs to succeed in everything, but if push comes to shove, how far are we allowed to go to make sure no one sees it?
use your best judgment. You can't shut this company down.
Well, we can't necessarily just walk in and erase data either without somebody seeing or noticing.
You'll figure it out.
Sure.
Copy. Thanks, Pete.
So you're just driving to the apartment. Is there anyone else you want to call and try to talk to or make an appointment with?
Do we want to set up an appointment with Reno PD Adam Will Stater?
Sure.
Will Stater.
You're going to meet with him after you go to this place?
We don't have an angle so far on the murders as far as like being investigators or FBI or something. We should probably set something up along those lines just to get the police reports.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But we might be able to do that through this Adam guy if he's the liaison for some stuff. We could be like, we found some
He's the traffic guy, so...
Yeah. But if he's got access to their cameras...
Yeah, he would be the one that would be requesting footage of different things from them.
Yeah.
If there were crimes committed, which you can assume there probably was a request made.
Yeah.
So, you guys head to her apartment. Okay, Nora Bridget lives in Unit 16 of Green Park Apartments, a bleak one-story complex just north of I-580. You guys pull in, and you can see that there's a property manager office, and then there's different apartments.
I'm gonna go to her apartment.
Okay.
Yeah.
You go to her apartment, unlock the door. The door seems normal. You open the door, and inside you see a friendly Shiba Inu waiting in her apartment. It is tan color, and it has a purple collar on.
Can I recall the name of the Shiba Inu?
You don't know the name of the Shiba Inu.
I
Hey
thought
there,
maybe she
little
would've
guy. We're just gonna scoot on by. Don't bite us.
Where's your mommy?
And it's friendly. It's just talking. It's not talking.
It's talking to
It's
us.
talking.
It's just painting at you, and it makes a whining noise like it wants food.
If it's friendly, I go over and check its tag. It had a collar on it.
Sure.
Just to see his name.
Is his name Sushi?
I turn to Robin and I'm like, don't you think this is a little cruel? We know where his mama is.
We don't though.
But we do.
If you've been working in this environment for as long as I've been told, you would think to know maybe not to trust your eyes 100% of the time.
No, I agree there, but let me just say the things I've been through. When weird shit happens to people, most of the time they just die.
Right, and I believe that we should check because it's possible she's not dead yet.
The dog's name is Wayne Fu. That's what it says on his collar.
Ah, Wang Fu, look at this little guy. You hungry, Wang?
It hops up at you.
Okay, show me your dog bowl. Where's the food?
He goes over to a small cabinet and scratches at it.
Pull out a little baggie.
I go into her
Yeah.
bedroom and see if I can find a computer or hard drive.
Yeah, so her apartment is lived in, a little unkempt but not filthy. There's a walk-in kitchen, a small living room, bedroom, office with a desktop computer, a bathroom. You look over at the desktop computer in the bedroom. It's very dusty. It has not seen much use lately.
And how long has she been apparently missing that we know?
That was yesterday when she disappeared.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if it's dusty, that would indicate she hasn't been using this.
Mm-hmm. After you finish feeding the dog, it stops moving for a second, and then it makes a beeline straight towards an ottoman,
Mm-hmm.
and it scratches on it and kind of nudges it, and you see that it kind of lifts up a little, and there's a storage compartment inside the ottoman.
Oh, you got some treats in there, buddy? And I go over and I open the lid.
You open the lid, and it looks like in there is a cheap laptop computer, an external hard drive, and a dusty old teddy bear.
Oh, your little teddy, I see. I pull out the teddy and I toss it to him.
Mm-hmm.
And then I pull out the laptop and hard drive.
Mm-hmm.
And I yell from the other room, Guys, her desk doesn't look like she's used it in weeks.
Got a laptop. And I just hold it up to everybody.
What are you two doing?
Searching.
Oh, looking around. I didn't realize I needed.
Needed what? Direction? Thank you for
I
finding
keep
the laptop.
looking. I don't.
Thank you for finding the laptop.
Who the fuck are you, by the way?
Busy.
Why are you talking to us then? Get back to work.
Yeah, fuck off.
She found the laptop.
Good
Got
job.
it. We're all here in
Yeah.
this little apartment.
Congratulations.
We heard.
Should we all be looking at the same? Let's all say exactly what we're looking for at the same time.
Yes.
Okay.
Communication
Lord.
is key.
Yeah.
I pop it open on the kitchen counter and just like,
Are you smiling the whole time you're
Yeah.
talking to them?
Yeah. This is friendly banter. We're
Jake
just-
Jake
I
pulls
will
the
kill
cigarette he got earlier out of his pocket and walks outside and lights it.
Yeah.
Is there any other areas I can kind of search around?
No.
Well, I'm glad we got yelled at. Fucking Jesus.
What a bitch.
I hate her.
The computer's password locked.
yeah, I look at it and I kind of look around the room. Is there any like good decorations or anything like that?
There's photos of her with her family, like her parents, and look like her siblings.
Okay. Yeah, nothing too particular. I try the first thing that comes to mind. I put in wing fu.
It works.
Hey!
It's nice.
She must love you, buddy. And I like toss
The
it
dog is not moving; it's just staring at you.
Oh god.
Oh, you're one of those. Okay, don't
Hey,
bite
come check out
anybody.
this dog.
We
I
will
heard
shoot
liked
you.
him.
No.
Does the dog have like a leash somewhere?
Yeah, that's front door.
Does it look like cricket?
No, it's a Shiba.
I try to get the dog in a room and shut the door.
Okay, you walk in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Why'd you go do that? Wing fu was just.
You guys said animals
Staring.
spontaneously bite you.
Yeah, as
I mean,
as you
that's
like
true.
bend down to leash it, it tries to bite your hand.
See?
You want to dodge?
Yeah.
Dodge.
I fight back. Just punch it.
You help the dog. I want to help the dog.
I'd like to hold her to give him a better shot at it.
I fail.
Yeah, the dog bites your hand.
See? This is why.
Leave him alone then.
Bigger
Yeah,
hands,
why are you touching him?
take
Jeez.
1 hit point of damage.
I mean, it's
What,
true
she's not
that animals
disfigured from this?
spontaneously attack
Tears
us,
off your arm.
but so far the last day, they've only attacked you when you fucked with them.
I want to go in the kitchen and see if there are like crackers or something.
Yeah.
I grab a handful of crackers and I like hold them out to the dog.
Yeah.
Does he look like he wants them?
No.
He doesn't look like he wants them at all?
No.
I flick a cracker at him.
It like hits his head and his eyes kind of turn a little with its like still biting into her hand. Make a luck roll. Morgan's character.
I wish
Robin Reyes.
I know how to grab a dog.
Okay.
You do. Your character doesn't.
I keep rolling badly.
It's 50 or lower.
50-50.
Well, I rolled 79.
Okay, so no. So yeah, it like looks at the crackers, then stays back on its task, its duty. Morgan's character, Robin Reyes. What do you want to do?
Is it still biting
Yeah,
me?
it's still biting your arm.
Robin, try the teddy bear on the ground.
It's like biting into your hand. What do you do?
I'm gonna punch it.
Yeah, go ahead. Roll.
Yeah.
Fireball. Unarmed. With the bonus stuff.
With a bonus.
Yeah, you latched onto you.
So the first one passes normal.
Okay, so that's fine. So yeah, roll for damage on that.
2.
You do 2 damage and it lets go of you. And you hear it whimper away and run off into the corner of the...
I like
Why you-
shake my
You
hand.
hurt that dog. What the hell?
He bit me.
Well, yeah, because you were fucking with it.
Yeah, don't you know not to approach animals like that? You can't just put your hands in their face. You gotta get down on their level.
Is that right?
Yeah. Everyone knows that.
You gotta go.
I'm so glad to be in a room full of animal trainers.
I
just turned back to the
I
laptop.
start
All right,
eating the crackers.
Science roll.
I turn back to the laptop and I look at it. Hey, Robin. Maybe you'd like to look. I mean, I can look at some files, right?
It's
Yeah, File Explorer.
it's like all obscure data, unfinished proprietary code.
I look through some of the files and I don't see like a .txt or a MP3, MP4. I'm like,
This is
okay,
fine.
I actually don't know what I'm doing now. There's no videos that I can find.
Well, let me take a look. I'm pretty good with the computer.
Yeah, go for it.
Make your computer science roll.
I did not get a 1.
That is an extreme. I rolled a 3.
It would normally have taken you a few hours, but you figure it out quickly.
I'm a hacker mode.
You find 3 glitches that Bridget pulled out of footage from May 21st, May 24th, and May 27th.
Anomalies on the murder date.
This one, Bridget nicknamed it the Deviant Glitch. I'm just telling you, there's no way you know this, but she nicknamed it the Deviant Glitch because it reminded her of Outra works on the DeviantArt website. What if there's Sonic the Hedgehog pregnant?
There's so much.
Who wants to look at this footage?
I do.
I'll look at it.
Is it deviant? Is it really deviant?
Yeah.
You gotta watch to find out.
So who's looking at it?
I'll look at it.
We all crowd around.
All of you are going to watch this thing,
And
alright?
take
Or are
sanity
we?
damage.
Yeah, make a sanity roll.
I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah.
Okay. You gotta tell me what it is first.
I got a 9.
I pass.
That's a hard.
I fail.
Pass, lose 1. Fail, lose a d6.
6.
Damn.
Ooh, what are you at?
Ooey gooey.
We got a little bit back last time. I'm down to 31 now.
So you see in the still frame of footage, it shows mouths, flesh, polyps, and stalks from one end of the 100 square kilometer image to the other. Mouths gape inside mouths, more and more as you can zoom in. Shapes float near the surface or fall toward an expanse of consuming flesh, so massive it would have its own gravity in space.
Oh. So it's a gibbering maw, but planet-sized.
The coordinates that match the Greater Nevada field when mapped against this fleshscape reside on the tip of some beak-like protuberance big enough to swallow the stadium whole.
Oh, yeah, the hole.
And with this glitch, you can rewind and see what happened, or go forward and see what happened with the killers.
Let's do both.
Yeah.
So, tracing them to and from the scene, an hour before the killing, a taxi appears to carry the killers into Reno from the east. There are 3 killers. The yellow cab logo is clearly visible. It picked them up at a Chevron station outside town. The cab drives them to a construction site at Catherine Dunn Elementary School in Sparks, northeast of Reno. The school is undergoing an expansion. The men unlock a large blue storage unit at the construction site and walk inside. 20 minutes later, a blue 2012 Toyota Camry emerges from the storage unit. One of the men closes and locks the storage unit behind them and gets in the car. The Camry drives to the Greater Nevada field, its route avoiding all traffic cameras until it reaches the parking lot. The 3 men walk to the entrance and disappear under the awning. One carries a large duffel bag. An hour later, the 3 men emerge from the awning, having changed clothes, wearing ski masks. One of them looks up directly at the drone and waves. They put hoods up, seem to adjust the ski mask to avoid attracting attention, and walk back to the car. They drive to Whitney Peak parking garage 3 blocks away, avoiding further traffic cameras. Neither the car nor the men emerge. Other cars come and go. There's a comment there that Bridget added saying, "Done storage unit closed since beginning of PBIS footage, -5 months."
So, during that, they waved before the murders?
Yes.
And then did the murder and then left?
Yes.
Okay. And then during the murder is when it flipped over to the other scene and then came back?
Correct.
So we saw, like, leading up to them dragging her out, and then...
Well, this is the baseball field one.
Right.
This is the one where you'd have to talk to the police more about this because you don't have a whole lot of details about it. But
So we saw a
The
baseball
body
field.
was found hacked up on the baseball field with
Right.
ritualistic
And
seeming signs.
and you saw them do that.
And, yeah, I'm just clarifying when the glitch happened.
Yeah, it happened right after they killed.
Okay, so like right after they killed her, glitch happens, and then
Killed
it comes back.
him, I believe.
Him, sorry, yeah. Yeah, Howard.
Yeah.
Killed him, and then drone pops back, and they wave at it and leave.
They way before that.
Way before. Was there a time dilation shift, or was it just the same as the...
It was the exact same. It was like a single frame.
Okay,
That it was glitched out like that.
gotcha. And then just all of them hacking him up the rest of the day and stuff. And putting the symbols and shit.
Yep.
Okay.
Uh,
Gotcha.
The next one is May 24th. Viewing this image costs make a sanity roll.
After the first scene, Thomas just like you see his face like turning red, and I start sweating profusely, and I'm just like,
Do you want to take a break?
and I just walk into the bathroom. I let the dog out, and I just turn on the sink with cold water and start splashing my face.
Yeah.
I don't say anything.
Yeah, this next one, if you succeed, lose 0. If you fail, lose 1.
Okay. I lose 0.
The drone switched in this glitch, switched to its infrared camera to record in darkness, but the image seems to have so little heat differentiation as to be almost indecipherable. It is an icy wasteland. On this one, this is the kill related to the Circle of Stones, built by the ancestors of the Washoe in a nearby valley 500 to 1,000 years ago. This monument was carefully documented by archaeologists in 1969 and moved to the Reno Hills to escape flooding. It's now part of the Ranch Disc Golf Course at Rancho San Rafael, next to the Reno Softball Complex and overlooked by Reno's Basque Monument.
Help Rancho Manor.
The Circle of Stones is about 20 meters across with a 2-meter wide entry on the southwest side. The 5 largest stones stand in the center. The system took complete footage of the crime. It begins with the killers driving into town from the south in a 2004 Nissan Altima. Its license plate covered. They exit I-80 at the airport and drive west out of traffic camera coverage. They drive to 2310 Idlewild Drive, Reno. 3 men go inside and wearing ski masks and drag a man out with a pillowcase over his head. They drive north to the parking lot of the disc golf course, avoiding traffic cameras, and drag the man to the Circle of Stones. Even in the relatively grainy blur of the drone footage, what follows is incredibly brutal. 10 long minutes of torture and mutilation. One of them brings a tire and gasoline can from the trunk of the car. They drape the tire around the man's neck, douse the tire in gasoline, and set it alight with matches. After a writhing moment, the system glitches and does that frame. In the next frame, the burning body lies before the killers. They take the gas can back to the car and wave up at the drone cameras for 2 still frames. They drive to Sierra Street parking complex less than 2 kilometers away. The car does not emerge.
Something's fishy.
Something's not right about them.
And then the May 27th glitch. This glitch doesn't cost any sanity. Congrats. This glitch, it shows a broad, shadowy lake wreathed in fog. The water reflects stars. Gaps between stars appear to be shoals. For an image taken at night when stars would be visible in a dark sky, the drone should have used its infrared camera. Perhaps the shift from day to night was so quick that the microsecond detections between frames does not register it in time, or maybe it was just a malfunction. Anyone can make a science roll. If you have science, I don't think anything you do.
Would computer science be it?
Nope.
How about astrology?
It's astronomy specifically.
Astronomy, yes.
Do you have astronomy?
I don't know, but
Okay.
I have a guess at what it would be.
Okay.
Can I know about constellations?
Sure. make a hard intelligence roll.
Okay.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
Fuck.
Never mind my intelligence. I don't know.
I'll never know if I could get it.
Alright, none of you know stars very well.
Yep. My intelligence is not very
I don't know shit about stars.
Fuck the stars.
Fuck the stars.
If Morraine was here, she would know.
She
Oh, well,
loves the
she-
stars.
Call her.
She probably looks at the stars all the time now.
She's got time.
Yes, Robin. Do you know about constellations? I can't identify any in this frame here.
I'm not a big dreamer.
I've
I don't look at the sky a lot.
Okay, I got it. Can I try?
got an app actually.
I rolled 19.
Alright.
Ooh, that probably passes.
Definitely should. So,
Yeah.
you look at this, you piece together the arrangement of reflected stars. It's the night sky seen from Asterope, about 430 light years away. One of the Pleiades. Sol, our sun, is too dim and far away to see. The arrangement of the stars indicate that the images were recorded as the sky would have appeared on May 27th, even though it will be about 430 years before that day's light from Asterope reaches Earth. Make a sandy roll for that.
I think that passes.
Lose 0 then. Persistent vigil pinpointed the exact time and place of this crime. The footage picks up the killer's car, a black Chevrolet Impala with its license plates covered, driving out of the parking gallery garage at West 1st Street and North Sierra Street. A call confirms it was stolen from long-term parking. If you want to get into that, we don't need to do that. It takes back streets to the Western Village Inn and Casino, avoiding traffic cameras. 3 men in black coats and ski masks get out. They enter the casino with shotguns and emerge 20 seconds later, pushing a terrified woman into the car with them. They drive to the far side of the parking lot and push the woman out of the car. 2 men get out with her. They hack her to death, look up and wave at the watching camera, and get back in the car. As police race to the casino, the killers drive about 7 kilometers to the parking garage at East 2nd Street and Pringle Way. Taking back streets and avoiding traffic cameras, the car does not emerge.
And with all of the video footage didn't show them walking out of the garage either.
No.
Interesting. So each time the pop in between the teleport, phasing or whatever we want to call it, happens right after they murder someone?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. But then Nora just disappeared anyway.
She did.
Unless they killed someone else elsewhere. Or it's just coincidence.
Maybe.
We'll find out. Maybe. Or we'll all die. Because she went through, died after putting a sign with rocks. But she wasn't murdered beforehand, so it's not the murders causing it. Or at least this is speculation as I come out of the bathroom. So it's not the murders causing it, but these freaks know what's going on. They're waving at the camera. They know they've got an audience.
I feel like, this is so separate from the God's Teeth, but also not, obviously.
Yeah, it's got some very similar vibes as far as murderers knowing exactly when and where to be
Yeah.
for a purpose of some unknown sort. I'm getting too old for this shit.
How old are you?
Not that old now that I think about it, but man, I wish I could retire.
You want to talk to Will Stater and the police? You had made an appointment with him?
Later in the afternoon after he gets off work.
I should probably update Kim at some point, and we need to also find out how to keep her quiet or how to get rid of the footage, but maybe that could wait until tomorrow. She did say she wouldn't say, but I told her I'd let her know if Nora was here.
Kim does look a bit skittish. I'm worried about the rest of the company looking into Nora.
It would have been about time for them to go home, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think we could, not saying we need to, but if Kim actually was friends with Nora and cares about her well-being and everything, maybe we could warn her off by telling her the truth.
You could show her the footage.
Maybe not the truth, but
But a spun truth as far as there's a dangerous thing
Yeah.
going on and it could happen to other people if you talk
Yeah.
to someone.
don't say anything. Don't look too much into anything. Like,
In fact, we could use your help. You and Nora help to build this program. Can we
She'd
tweak
be-
it to
she'd-
look for something?
she'd be a hell of a friendly.
She would be a hell of a friendly. If we could tweak their algorithm to help catch these killers, I mean, Clyde was selling it as predictive AI, you know.
I mean,
I'm not sure exactly what that means, but if it can predict where these guys are going to strike next, it seems like Nora figured that out.
if it can catch the Joker, it can catch these guys.
Batman reference.
Lucius.
You all saw that movie, right?
Yeah.
It's a great movie.
It is a great movie.
Yeah.
Classic.
Dark Knight.
So what are you doing next?
We got a lot of info here. We're taking this hard drive.
Take the hard drive.
Put the laptop back. We don't need it necessarily.
What time is it right now?
It's like 5:30 p.m.
Okay, so
You did make an appointment with Will Statter
for when?
Today.
Today? Okay.
this evening. Like we can say 6:30.
Okay. We can go see him and then just follow up with the actual drone folks the next day.
Yeah, with the pilot Tom Eves. As we're moving and going to the next thing, just thinking out loud, like how to proceed / resolve, because we've got some good chunks of info of what's killers are doing some weird shit, and they know
Yeah.
about the teleportation and the drones.
Yeah. I think honestly we get I think the idea to get Nora on our side is probably
Kim.
Kim, yeah.
or yeah, sorry, not
Let's
Nora.
get Nora on our side.
Let's bring Nora back to life.
But yeah. How do we want to resolve things? I mean, more info gathering with the cops, but
I mean, if we already made the appointment with the cop, I think we should go talk to him.
Yeah.
And then maybe I can get in touch with Kim somehow, and we can invite her, now that we've been inside Nora's apartment already, invite her to Nora's apartment to talk.
yeah.
And then give her some tidbits of truth.
Yeah, we need to find an angle
She
to shut her up.
She clearly knows that this is what her work is dangerous. People would do a lot to get their hands on it.
That's a good angle. Be like, so we are inspectors, but the Pentagon has concerns about terrorist infiltration and using your software.
And Nora
kind of
took
thing.
information home with her,
Yes.
and
That's
it's
dangerous.
dangerous, right?
Implications.
So I think we could utilize that and maybe even be like someone was after Nora, it looks like. If you start talking about her disappearance, someone will be after you. Like, I think we could work that in.
Yeah. And we
And-
just have to explain away the glitch that showed her dead.
I mean, honestly, I think what we do is
I think it's a
we
warning. We could
we-
say this is a warning from these people.
treat her as like a friendly, kind of in the way we were treated, of like, you saw something weird, don't look any farther into that. Like,
Yeah.
we are acknowledging that is a weird thing you saw. Don't look any closer. Like,
Yeah.
it's worse for you. Like, help
Throw
us.
that with the whole national security thing.
Yep.
That sounds reasonable. I didn't catch it entirely, but Morgan, you'd mentioned the in one of the things it was like a golf course, Rancho Manor.
Yeah,
or something?
well, it's
or
like-
no, the rings, the stones.
It said, well, so whenever in the picture of her corpse, it said help Rancho Manor.
Right.
Oh,
But
yeah.
then while
And then when he was
describing-
talking, he mentioned like a Rancho golf course, and I was like, maybe that's connected somehow.
or disc golf, wasn't it?
Yes.
I didn't or catch that part, but yeah, it was definitely part of the second one. So on the way there, I Google Rancho Manor disc golf.
Well, we got
So-
the exact address. 2310 in Reno, something.
That's where they pulled him out of his house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys drive to the police. Wee woo, wee woo.
Wait a
That's the
minute.
sound of the police.
Do we have a siren?
No.
You
We
make-
should.
you-
What?
You make the noise.
I don't do that. She does that. We make her do that.
Yeah, you
Make the noise.
You haze her.
What noise?
Everyone knows the new person has to make the siren noise when we're driving.
Are you doing this because I'm a woman?
No,
I
everyone.
just said the
had to
new
do it.
people. It has nothing to do. You dumb.
Morraine made us do it when we were the new people.
Oh,
Yeah.
It sounds like Morraine just got you to do something extraordinarily silly. What a fun woman.
You
Not
should
so
be-
much anymore.
Can I throw her out of the car?
Let me just grab the steering wheel and drive us all off a cliff real quick.
Fine.
I'm just glaring at you.
As a reminder, the three men are wearing the cowboy hat and suit with their suit.
I
Did
do have a
Morraine tell you
duster
to wear
on.
matching clothes too?
I'm a fucking sheriff. You watch how you talk to me. How about that?
This was a duster gifted to me by my now wife. I wear it everywhere.
Why did you say now wife?
'Cause she gifted to me while she was my girlfriend.
Oh. I understand now.
Felt
I'm
that
sorry.
like
Thank
that
you
was
for
pretty
explaining.
clear.
Well, you just clarified. I understand now.
Yeah.
What about you? Why do you dress like that?
Because I do what I want. I'm an adult.
Right.
I'm a professional.
Right.
I want to be a cowboy.
It is. I would like to say it is the exact same cowboy. It looks like, and they all look brand new.
We all got matching Stetsons.
To
maybe.
me, my character has probably always worn a cowboy hat, but this is a new one.
Let's retcon the entire game.
You guys all took
I've been in a
advantage.
cowboy hat the entire time.
I have been in a cowboy hat the whole time. I'm a sheriff.
He has said that before. Okay, you guys pull up to the Reno Sheriff's Department.
I'm looking like
Sheriff? Sheriff. Doctor.
Well, I was thinking of Reno 901.
Oh.
I cut.
Are they a sheriff's department?
Yeah.
Oh,
Sheriff's
fuck.
Department.
That's so funny.
There's a difference?
Between what?
Like sheriff's department?
And
The
what?
police department?
Police
Yes,
Yeah.
there's a huge difference. Actually.
What?
Yeah.
You just don't know. We all know this, Mark.
I mean, we do.
I don't.
You don't know what the difference is?
No. What's the difference?
I mean,
The
the
sheriffs
sheriff is
are elected. Yeah.
Well, sure.
And also what they're allowed to do and their restrictions are different. Just the same as a marshal is different than say a police chief or a sheriff.
Huh.
Most smaller towns opt for sheriff's departments because they're easier to fill, whereas a police department requires a lot more oversight.
You go into the Reno Sheriff's Department with your new boots, new cowboy boots.
Or
on.
new boot goofing.
Your new boot goofing.
I made sure to scuff them up a little bit so they look like a...
Look like they're worn.
Yeah.
You're doing it as you walk places. You're just scraping them up against stuff.
Yeah, but then
Kick
I have,
other people's shoes.
but then I have boot polish as well, so I want to put it on top of that so it looks like they were scuffed.
You're
but they're
dragging it
now-
on the curb as
Yeah.
you go by.
Yeah.
You go inside. You're led back into the office of Lieutenant Adam Will Statter.
Little stabber.
Will Statter. And you should go up, and what do you say to him?
Evening, Will Statter. Adam Will Statter.
Eating. He's a youngish man.
And he was... Did he have a ranking at all?
Lieutenant.
Lieutenant, thank you for meeting us at so short notice. We're from the Pentagon. We're doing inspections on persistent vigil.
Right.
And we heard that you were a consultant with
I'm the liaison.
liaison. Thank
Between
you.
them and the police department. Sure.
Yes, and as part of our inspection, we had follow-up on the lead here and see how you're doing. How is your work with persistent vigil going?
So, alright. They have been fined on some cases, mostly on traffic things, but to tell you the truth, this mock guy just rubs me the wrong way.
Oh?
Yeah.
How's that?
I don't know if you've looked into his background, but there's definite involvement with friendly fire. Didn't really shock me to find that.
We're looking at all angles of the company, and that did come up. Go ahead, keep going though. We appreciate your candid.
Yeah, and he looks kind of hesitant. Make a persuade roll.
That is not a success.
You know, when we were speaking to him, I got a similar feeling of unease. If you have any information that, between us, might help.
Yeah, you can make a persuade roll as well.
That's what I was hoping for. That is defo gonna passo. Yeah, that is a hard. That's a hard.
Well, I've had my suspicions about him, but it grew more solid a few days ago. I was contacted by an employee of Persistent Vigil. She sent me some missing data from high-profile crimes. She told me on private email about the Western Village Inn and casino robbery almost as soon as it happened, and that she thought it was connected with homicides at Greater Nevada Field and at the Circle of Stones. And she said she thought the perpetrators knew about Persistent Vigil's surveillance, fearing blowback for revealing the secrets. I think it seemed like she wouldn't say why she thought that. And yeah, she wouldn't send me video of the crimes.
Could I ask what this employee's name was?
Nora Bridget. I asked Mock for data, but Mock has slow played the response. I don't know what he's doing.
But he's aware of your request.
He is absolutely aware of my multiple requests.
When did you make the request?
As soon as I was informed of it by Nora Bridget.
Well, when did she inform you?
A few days ago.
And you mentioned that she came to you with this information as soon as these incidents happened.
It's with the casino robbery. She knew about that as soon as it happened. Like I said, she thought it was connected to the other two murders, Nevada Field and Circle of Stones. But I haven't heard any more from Bridget, unfortunately. I tried to reach out to her today, but I got nothing.
And
Her phone is dead, I think.
maybe so. And the Reno PD, obviously following up on those 3 murders, their cases not coming up with much.
Let me go get the files. One sec. He opens the door and shouts out for some detective Oliver Larson and Clinton Vargas, and he comes back with some files. He's like, okay, so I've gone through this a little bit, but I'm mostly in traffic. My area is more the liaison, but because Nora Bridget said this may be all connected to one thing, I've been kind of looking into it. Basically, these perpetrators were thorough and cautious. We found no fingerprints or trace evidence. No photos except the killer's masks, lawn sleeves, and gloves. They used axes and machetes that could have come from anywhere. The crime scenes, they're all public locations. They've all been cleared up and they're all now open to the public. All 3 appeared to be male. Witnesses at the Western Village Inn and Casino heard 2 of them speak Spanish to each other, but no witness who knew Spanish was close enough to understand them. Given the killers speaking Spanish, the calm savagery of the killings, and especially the flaming tire put on Calderon, it's leading us to suspect Mexican cartel killers, sicarios. We're on high alert for Hispanic gang members right now. We're looking deep into any Hispanic men we find.
And that's because of the tire and the Spanish.
Well, the speaking Spanish, the savagery, and then the flaming necklace, the tire. But motives are baffling. The ritualistic nature of Peña's killing implies forethought, but Peña wasn't even supposed to be at work that day. He was filling in at the last moment. And Calderon's background, that can explain an attack on him. He was a journalist. He reported on cartels and corruption in northern Mexico. Beyond that, there's no other connection besides Pena, Calderon, and Sandoval all have Hispanic names, but that's not that unusual in Reno.
It's probably not an angle. I'm an inspector, obviously not an investigator. You wouldn't happen to know if all three of them maybe frequented the same community center or church or anything like that?
No, not that we can find, no. We have some photos of the crime scene. It looks like the killers were drawing something in the blood.
Oh, did you have a picture of that?
Yeah, he takes us some photos on the Pena case. There's some letters there. If you have anthropology, archaeology, or history, if it's 50% or higher, you automatically succeed.
Nope.
Anthropology, archaeology, or what?
History.
History. Oh, actually, I do have 50% in history.
Okay. Yeah, you can identify this. You identify some of the letters as early Middle Eastern, perhaps a kind of Persian. It looks like this is Pahlavi script, descended from Egyptian hieroglyphics through Phoenician and Aramaic, used in Middle Persian from about the 2nd to 7th century AD. The words "sea" and "deva" can be made out. Deva in Zoroastrianism is a rejected god, a demon.
Oh, interesting. I'm really smart today. Super well read
Yeah.
to crazy degrees.
I mean, this lines up more and more with the whole God's teeth going back to Egypt past. So maybe they're not Spanish or Mexican. They could be
Maybe they just
Middle Eastern
heard them and they're like,
used.
that was Spanish.
Right.
You know?
Maybe. And he says a little bit more about Geraldo Calderon's background as a journalist. He fled to the U.S. in 2010 under death threats from numerous drug cartels. He has extremely dangerous enemies. His biggest expose in 2009 covered an infamous hitman for the Beltran Leyva organization, known only as Santa. BLO was by then already squeezed out by rivals and weakened by the capture of leaders by American and Mexican authorities. Calderon played a significant role in the cartel's downfall. He clearly figured moving north of the border would be protection enough.
Possible cartel angle.
And then with Dora Sandoval, she worked at the casino for 3 years. Nothing stands out in her background. After reviewing details, camera footage from the casino, it seems the robbery seems almost entirely opportunistic compared to the first two murders. It seemed like Sandoval apparently just happened to be the one who worked the cage at the wrong time.
Did they ever find any of the cars after?
Unfortunately not. We have asked the Persistent Vigil for help with that, and they have not been providing us with anything.
Which, the
So
way
I
it was
see.
described to me, they certainly have the technology to do so.
I would think so. This is kind of what their main purpose is here for. If they can't do this, then what the hell good are they?
That's a very good point, and that's why we're here and checking up on Persistent Vigil. We really appreciate your cooperation in this. This obviously will go in our inspection report. We might even be able to help you get some of the questions you've been asking and information by pestering them for you.
I would appreciate it. I really
Yeah.
would.
And if there's any other information that comes up related to Persistent Vigil, your opinions of the company, any sort of contact from their employees, you just let us know. We'll be in town for a few days to finish out the report.
Okay. Can I get your phone numbers? Or
Yeah, I just write down the burner number that I have.
Sure. Okay. We'll be in touch.
Unless there's any other questions we need from them.
Did you say you had Nora's contact information?
I have her phone number. Yeah, I tried to call it about an hour ago, but it went straight to voicemail, so her phone's probably dead somewhere.
Do you think that, I mean, these people seem to be pretty active. What if they've caught on to her?
Do you think she might have disappeared?
I'm just, speaking out loud.
Honestly, if something did happen to her, my mind would not be these three killers. It would be Clyde Mock.
I'd have to agree there. These possible cartel killers look a little more savage, random, comparatively.
Well, I'm sure she's fine.
I would hope so. If you could please ask her to get in touch with me, I'd appreciate it.
If I hear from her, I will certainly do so.
Okay. So yeah, you guys finish up with him. Grab a motel somewhere.
Yeah.
You guys get a motel somewhere. You all staying in the same room.
Yeah.
Someone's got a laptop, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I pull up the hard drive data again, go back to the scenes of the murder so we can get the script, and be like, you identified those other ones earlier. How about these other 2 murder scenes? What words do you see? Because there was script in all 3. Right?
Use your beautiful intelligence.
So
Beautiful mind.
the script you saw was in the crime scene photos taken.
Okay.
It wasn't from the drone footage. The drone footage is too high up to make out specifics.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So we would have had to see
Well,
some...
it'd be really hard for it to make out.
Right. Because, it's not designed for that yet.
There's no way for me to zoom or.
Actually, I'll let you zoom. If you like zoom.
Yeah.
You zoom.
Yep.
You do find it, and it is kind of the same sort of sigils
Okay.
things. But yeah, the drone does see it.
Got it.
Yep.
In that case, time to start Googling. Gosh, the power of the internet is so great here in 2017. Man, I wish we had this back in 2001.
That's how you talk.
Yeah.
I wish we could have infringed on some freedoms back then.
You know, it might
It would have been easier, yeah.
We're going to quickly wrap up. Just a short thing with Morraine. We're not going to act out anything. But basically, Morraine, you're in bed, sleeping. It's storming out. Your bedroom the window faces the hole outside. It's late at night, about 12:30. It's quiet. The rest of your day was pretty uneventful. You're just waiting. You're just trying to sleep. All of a sudden, there's a knock at the door. A rapid knock at the door, front door. And you can hear, it sounds like your dad getting up to go check on it.
And it's late. I'm gonna try to pull. Dad.
You're in bed right now, and you're not in the same room.
I'm gonna try to pull myself up and just call out to him. Dad, it's late. We don't know who that is.
With the storm going on overhead, he can't really hear you very well. But you do sit up. Do you have any weapons with you?
I mean, I'd imagine I keep a gun on me still. Yeah.
A gun, like on your nightstand.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You have a gun on your nightstand. Rapid knocking on the door. You can hear voices talking out front. Your dad talking. Dad starts to walk back into the room. He opens the door and he says, "Hon, it's your boyfriend. He's here." And the door kind of pushes open a little bit more, and you see the British fellow from Pisces.
The bug?
10 years ago.
The bug?
Standing right behind your dad. With him is another man. But on both of their heads, you smell it before you even see them. You smell the supernatural. You can see this almost translucent bug that's halfway embedded in their brains. You can see James Black. Hello, Morraine. Good to see you.